Welcome to Star Talk Channel. Travis Scott, a name associated with innovative music and thrilling live performances, conceals a deep pain that has permeated his remarkable career. The many challenges Scott has encountered, such as the distortion of his image and the constant pressure to live up to expectations from the public, are not well known. His distinctive sound, compelling onstage persona, and avant-garde take on hip-hop unquestionably transformed the music industry, yet he has continuously failed to win any of the most important accolades in the business, even despite his enormous fan following and financial success. It appears that the politics and prejudices of the music business are at the core of this underappreciation, rather than a lack of work or ability. From the Billboard Music Awards to the Grammy Awards, Travis Scott has frequently been left out of major categories where his contributions were noteworthy. Astro World and other albums have reshaped contemporary hip-hop, breaking artistic molds and reaching the top of the charts. Nonetheless, he doesn't seem to be getting the credit he deserves. This discrepancy implies that considerations other than artistic value are important, raising concerns about the selection process and criteria. Despite this, Travis Scott continues to have an indisputable influence on pop culture and the genre. His music crosses traditional lines, fusing many genres and giving listeners a fully immersive experience. To guarantee that worthy musicians like Travis Scott get the credit they so richly deserve, it is becoming increasingly crucial to address these inequities as the industry develops. Travis Scott's ascent has been hampered by a sneaky truth that lurks behind the neon lights and boisterous fans. Travis has encountered challenges navigating the maze-like music industry that many feel in the afterglow of his eerie songs, but few can see. Gatekeepers in the sector, motivated by self-interest and nefarious connections, have consistently disregarded his contributions, so impeding his advancement in ways that remain hidden from the general public. The politics at play aren't just about who holds the microphone, but who pulls the strings. Despite delivering groundbreaking performances and pioneering new sounds, Travis has repeatedly been sidelined, his potential muzzled by those who decide who gets to stand in the spotlight and who remains in the shadows. These unseen forces have made his path treacherous, filled with betrayals and unfulfilled promises. In a world where connections often matter more than talent, Travis Scott has had to fight battles not only visible to his fans, but audible in every note. Nominations come and go year after year, and Travis is usually on the short list, but not on the winning team. Is this a deliberate slight, or is it just coincidence? There are many rumors about secretive voting procedures and biased juries that make decisions away from the admiring gaze of his fan base. How often has a panel seeking solace in the familiar rather than pushing the boundaries chosen more agreeable options over his revolutionary artistry? Snubs are public betrayals that cast a darkness over otherwise joyous occasions. Going beyond simple professional defeats, the constant, unseen forces preventing Travis Scott's light from shining completely are just as important to the story of his trip through the maze of music awards. It's not just about the accolades he didn't win. Under the shadow of Travis Scott's enormous success are stories of uncredited collaborations and unacknowledged contributions that have woven their way into the fabric of contemporary music. Travis, a master of genre fusion, has frequently contributed his imaginative touch to endeavors that have achieved enormous success, but have not acknowledged his contributions. His influence is palpably subtle, yet all persuasive, whether it's a melancholic melody in a hit song or a creative beat that unites an album. People who are better at navigating the industry's murky waters have taken advantage of his creative genius. The sector is infamous for its cloak and dagger techniques. Rumors circulated in the recording industry about songs where his contribution was purposefully removed or subtracted, depriving fans of knowing how important he was to their beloved hits. His identity is frequently buried deep in liner notes, if mentioned at all, making the issue even more complicated by a highly complicated attribution structure. That the same artistry that is gaining popularity around the world is occasionally hidden by business maneuvers is a painful irony. While his essence is evident in the music, he is still sadly unacknowledged and feels like a ghost in a field that rewards unsung champions. The personal misfortunes of Travis Scott have left a long, dark shadow over his creative path, hidden behind the throbbing beats and seductive melodies. Every grief, from the sudden death of his close friends to the constant demand of fame, has left its mark on his music. The average listener may not notice the emotional toll of these events, but those who dig deeper can feel the sorrow in every note and phrase. The significant effect these personal losses have had on his artistic process is something that cannot be ignored. Songs like Can't Say and Stop Trying to Be God have a rawness and deeper sense of vulnerability that can only come from actual experiences of betrayal and suffering. His studio sessions, which used to be a haven for creation, have occasionally turned into furnaces of grief where he fights monsters hidden from the public. Despite being very personal, these tragedies haunt his art and provide an eerie background that viewers may sense but may not fully comprehend. Travis Scott's music is not only a source of amusement, but also a demonstration of his perseverance in the face of unrelenting adversity due to the intricate interplay between his musical expression and personal anguish. The machinery that makes artists famous is typically cloaked in mystery, with decisions being made in boardrooms, distant from the glitzy stages and yelling audiences. Even if his shows sell out in minutes and his records reach the top of the charts, the struggles he endures offstage depict a very different picture. It feels like a tightrope walk without a net when he has to balance the demands of the market with the demands of his artistic integrity. Unseen forces resist his every advance, stifling his original ideas in favor of more commercially viable, sterilized results. Furthermore, his well-being has suffered as a result of the strain of continual public scrutiny. The media scrutinizes his every action, amplifying every slip-up and deconstructing every remark. Expectations from the industry and his fan base put him under intense pressure, making his constant grid intolerable and leaving little margin for error or weakness. Travis Scott has often been caught in the complex web of politics that surrounds the music business, where mainstream appeal and financial viability sometimes seem to trump creativity and creative integrity. Music awards and recognitions are shaped by unspoken agreements and regulations, according to industry insiders, and this can pose serious obstacles for even the most gifted musicians. Even with his albums breaking streaming records and his tours selling out venues all over the world, the rapper still has trouble getting the recognition he deserves. It seems that industry gatekeepers and powerful people occasionally give established conventions and well-known faces precedence over innovative talent. This may help to explain why Travis, with his innovative sound and genre-bending nature, is frequently disregarded during award shows. Not every artist's artistic vision or release timetable will coincide with the politics of the music industry, which can also involve timing and strategic placements. Trailblazers who consistently push the frontiers of what's possible in music, like Travis Scott, are disproportionately impacted by the complex nomination and voting process for awards, which frequently allows little spot for true artistic quality. Seasonally, the industry's ongoing disregard for Travis Scott feels like a grave injustice to the hordes of supporters who surround him. These loyal fans have personally experienced the music's transformational power. Every song is an emotional journey that speaks to their deepest emotions. Not only is Travis admired for his popular songs and sold-out concerts, but also for the emotional support he offers to others trudging through their mazes. In a demonstration of underlying faith in his unmatched artistry, fans have united and flooded social media channels with passionate pleas and touching tributes. Their scholarly analysis of lyrics, exchange of performance experiences, and unwavering support for his every step highlight a bond that transcends the ostentatious aspects of celebrity. They view every rejection and omission as a personal slight, an admission of Travis's unadulterated brilliance. This popular uprising is a powerful illustration of the relevance and geniusness of Travis Scott's music. His fan base, despite politics and unseen forces, is still a pillar of support, a united voice demanding that his contributions to music be given the credit they so well deserve.